Happy Wednesday, everybody. I was going to say happy hump day, but that might be a bit inappropriate. But what is good, everybody? Welcome to the Sweet Life Podcast, where we empower you and inspire you with inspiration, personal growth. That's what we're here all about. And I am so excited this week. I know we're on an off week. Maybe we can get him back next week as well. But this week we have Free joining us. As you all recall, last week Free was celebrating his birthday. And so tell me, how did your birthday go?
Oh man, I had a really good birthday. Got a year older, realized some things, took a second to myself and just kind of took it all in. I didn't really do much. And I be honest, for my birthday, I'm not one of those birthday people. I don't require much. Just show me you care. So had dinner, went out.
Did you go to the Cheesecake Factory?
I did not. I went to Morton's.
Okay.
I did. But you know what? I had a great birthday, I'll say, because I got to spend it with the people that I love, people that I care about.
Yeah.
And that's all I really look for every year, just to be leveling up, whether it be in the bank, in the brain, on the body. You got to do something. I'm trying to level up all the time. So,
okay,
I had a good birthday.
Good. Well, everybody last week wished you a happy birthday, and
I appreciate that.
it was. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Absolutely.
Let us know where you are joining us from tonight, whether you are at home in Houston, maybe from my hometown, Eville in the house, or maybe you like our good friend Damon and he's in
the hey, watching us on the move. I like it.
Very much so, because last time Damon, I believe, was running.
Oh yeah.
Getting his workout in. Okay, I see you.
Absolutely. Hey, we getting older. Got to take care of ourselves. Got to be great.
I know. Right. I don't even want to think about that. Tonight we have some interesting topics tonight. If you don't know, last week we discussed the video that went viral where the young lady refused to get out of a car because her date, and this was a first-time date, took her to the Cheesecake Factory. And she said that was unacceptable, that chain restaurants were unacceptable. And it brought up a lot of debate on whether or not Cheesecake Factory is a great first date option for you to go. Well, apparently a lot of women decided that they needed to inform the men on a list of places that they absolutely will not go to, and that take heed of this list because they don't plan to go there on their first date. So here is the list. Now, I don't know if you can see it very well, but on the list, I'll read off some of them. On the list, she has, and mind you, this was a young lady that inquired and she asked, some of her peers, where are some places that men should not take you on a first date? The number one what coincidence. Number one on the list was Cheesecake Factory. 2 Applebee's, 3 Chili's, 4 Chipotle, 5 Olive Garden, 6 the movies, 7 Your House, 8 any fast food chain, 9 Buffalo Wild Wings, 10 Wingstop. Now there's more on here, but it's a list of 28 that we
Crazy.
um
Wow.
so my question to you, what were your initial thoughts when you saw this list?
So I actually got to see the video. So I was a little bit off put by the video first because
Mm.
not only did she not get out of that car, she locked that man out of his own car.
Uh,
And I feel like he was completely justified in what he said as to why they were going to the Cheesecake Factory. Right? I think if this is, I'm speaking about women, if this is an all women's list, there's a little bit of delusion going on. Well, let me take that back. Not a little bit, a lot of bit of delusion going on. From the simple fact that I am trying to get to know you.
Mhm.
And I am not trying to treat you. I am not trying to impress you. We're trying to get to know one another.
Correct.
We've got phone calls. We've been on the phone. We've been talking. We've been texting. Now it's time to meet finally. It seems like women are expecting anniversary dates for a first date. And I think it's also a generational thing. I'm not sure how old that lady was, but she looks to be of a mature enough age to make rational, logical decisions.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know what he had punched into his GPS, but he said, this is where we were going to go. And she said, that's more like it. You got to act more like you deserve to go there. Secondly, if there was a yoke that was ever unequal, we looked at it. You got
Ooh.
one guy from a totally different culture with
Yeah.
totally different
Yeah.
beliefs, looked like he had more money than she did, and
You
he's
basing it off
trying, huh?
basing it off the looks. Okay.
Well, okay, he was in the car.
Yeah.
I'm not one for assumptions, but I think if he looked to have had a nice car, he punched in a place that she recognized as being expensive, a place with taste,
Mm.
and I'm sure he probably has a home. We found out he had to wait over an hour for her to get ready in her
Yeah.
apartment. I mean, there's some things fundamentally wrong. But you know what? At the end of the day, people have their own beliefs. They have their
Mm.
things that they want, and they don't have to compromise on them. But you can't
That's true.
force things on people and just expect them to accept that. That list of 28 places, that's a bit absurd. Because to be honest with you,
Huh.
I have nowhere else to take you. We may as well continue to talk on the phone. Because now I can't take you out to the Cheesecake Factory for, some food. We cannot go to number 6, the movies. We can't go to, I don't even need you if I can't take you to church.
Okay, but I agree with that one though. I
Sports
think going
events.
to church on the first date is a
You know what?
bit
I'll take that back.
much.
I'll take that back because we talking about the first date. So my bad.
First date,
The first date.
yes.
So I mean, but I'm looking at these places, man. Sporting events. Do you know how much a ticket is to a sporting event? A good, decent seat to a sporting event is.
Baby, if you taking me to courtside, woohoo, let's
Hey,
go.
you want to go first date? You want your feet on the wood? No, ma'am. You want to be in the skybox first date? We ain't gonna be able to do it. right? And I don't care if I got it. Millionaires and billionaires, they didn't get their money by wasting it on, I gotta go spend 10 stacks on you on the first. No, man, not gonna happen.
Yeah.
And you're not gonna appreciate it. I'm good. You know, I saw a video today, and this lady, she was going to different singles events.
Okay.
Guess who was the only people there?
Please don't say black women.
Just women, period.
Really?
So there was like one or two men. There's a whole patio of women sitting out there waiting on somebody to come by and do like the little speed dating introduction thing. And she did it at like 3 or 4 different places. And there were no men.
Wow.
Not going for it no more. Like,
wow.
It takes away the the innocence, the subtleness, the building of a relationship if you're coming in with such high expectations. Because you know what? When I'm in a relationship with somebody, one of the questions that I ask them, why do you love me? My preferred answer, I don't know. Because if you can pinpoint it, if it stops, that means you don't love me no more. So I get with you. I take you out on the first date to this. I mean, I give you the Drake experience first date. Something happens. I fall off. You're gone. Because you can't get those experiences anymore. No. That's why he made the song early on. Started from the bottom. Now we're here. Now that I'm here, you can't come. You can visit, but you got to go.
I think it's also about perspective too, because if I have enjoyed, and I'm assuming that you have had conversations over the phone prior to this date, it's not a blind date, and you really enjoy the conversation, the discussions, that you would have a good time no matter where you're at. Now, before I finish my thought, I have to bring on the big homie, the big brother from Fresh Out. I got 1/3 of the Fresh Out crew here. I'm super excited. J Camp, please introduce yourself, brother. How are you?
I'm good. Can y'all hear me? First of all, can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
yes,
we can
sir.
hear you.
Yes, sir. What's going on, brother?
What's happening, homie? Yes, J Camp, Fresh Out. Les is that's the sister. I gotta hold it down. We always chopping it up in the group chat. This was one of them ones where I had to step in and just at least give somewhat of an opinion on what we got going.
Okay. Yes, sir. So you saw the list, and I'm sitting here going through my thoughts, and I'm like, to me it's all about perception, because you can have fun anywhere you go.
Absolutely.
And again, if I don't want to miss out on something good because the person didn't take me somewhere that I didn't expect. So my concern is that these women are putting these blockers up before they can even get to know the person. And that person may own the Cheesecake Factory. You don't know. How would you know? Because you didn't give him a chance because he decided that's where he wanted to go. You never got a chance to know. Understand? Now, some of the things on this list I do agree with. Like, for instance, we're not gonna go to Waffle House. Like that no.
Yeah, we will. Yeah,
that's a after the club type
there
of
you
event.
go. And then guess what? That could be the first date. I could take you out to that hookah bar on that list have a great time, amazing drinks before I take you home. Oh, you're hungry? Let's hit the Waffle. We're having fun. It depends on who you're talking to. Because I guarantee you, you meet any woman from Atlanta. Oh, we finna turn up. We gonna go out and we gonna stop at Waffle House on the way home. On the first date.
Facts.
So I think this list really depends on the woman.
Jember, what were your thoughts when you first saw this?
I mean, I was just like, man, I mean, I was like, these new shorties is different. I was like, what type of dude they looking for? You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, if you don't want anything on this list, you're gonna end up with that DJ Envy. You're gonna end up with Prince DJ Envy. Because that's the frog that's gonna crawl up your leg thinking, oh, that's my Prince Charming. No, you got DJ Envy because your mindset is in the wrong places. Like, what's wrong with Cheesecake Factory? Like, I don't. You can spend $100 easily at Cheesecake Factory.
Easily.
So hold on. Let me jump in right there with Cheesecake Factory. So I have a finance degree. That's where I got. That's why I'm so logical. I think deep into things, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I don't see on this list? I don't see Grand Lux on the list. But guess what Grand Lux is? Cheesecake
It's a chain restaurant. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it is. It is.
It's owned by Cheesecake Factory. But
Same
I don't know her on this picture, but I bet I could tell her, hey, you want to go to Grand Lux? All over it.
Mm-hmm.
It's Cheesecake Factory in another building, dressed up a little bit more, and you don't want to go to the original. Now you want to go to something you don't even know what you want.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
now, I will say
I'm like,
there are a few
Starbucks
ones.
Universal. Like, how you not gonna want to go to Starbucks? Can I not take you out for like a nice? We doing a lunch date. You know what I'm saying? Like a brunch.
I just saw something. Now, if Beyonce say she can take me to Red Lobster if I deserve it, you can't go.
Then get the cheddar biscuits. Come on.
What?
Come on.
Facts.
All you can eat shrimp? Like who don't want that? Who don't want that?
Okay, so let me ask y'all this. Jammer, I know you are married. And you're free, I don't want to put your business out there, but whatever your situation is,
You got a situation. That's all we need to know.
I got a relationship.
Where was your first date with your wife? And Free, where was your first date with your significant other?
Man, great question. Great question. We went to a place in Louisville, Kentucky. It's like a Applebee's, but it's kind of just like local there. You know what I'm saying? But had a decent little ambiance on the river. You know what I'm saying? She was digging that vibe. She was like, okay, you taking me here? You know what I'm saying? And the meal was like, it was almost like a 3 for $20 type of place. You know what I'm saying? When you put the
appetizer right now.
Rather than the 2 for $20, he got 3 for $20.
Exactly. And we was in college at the time, so that was lit. You know what I'm saying? That was like, we was both felt blessed to be in that situation. It was like a first date. We had already been like talking. We was already feeling each other. So it was like, man, let's go to this spot. We was geek for that. And she thought that was almost too much. You know what I'm saying? And it was just that little small spot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it was just like we learned so much about each other, on that date. And it wasn't about, oh man, I cannot believe I'm at Cheesecake Factory. I cannot believe you took me to Applebee's. What was you? It wasn't none of that. She was just happy, to get up out the door, to kick it with me, and we got to know each other. We had a good night.
Because that's what it was about. It was about just the conversation. The food was just extra.
The vibe.
Right.
That's it.
I will take the vibe with a side of ice cream. Okay.
Boom.
So Free. Where
and
was
then
your
got to be
first date?
Bluebell. And then he got to be Bluebell ice cream.
Oh, Bluebell for sure.
Yeah, Dairy Queen. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, long as they turn it upside down, don't drop. Hey, you got to
facts. As long as the vibe is right. You know.
So we actually met up for the first time downtown at a bar.
Okay.
Nice ambiance. You go in, you go upstairs. There's a bar right there. There's a sitting area. There's a patio. Then there's a view of downtown. I don't remember the name of the place, but when I say this, people will probably know it's got a lit up Ferris wheel outside. I think it's called Sunrise or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
We go in there, buy a round of drinks, sit down, chop it up, just vibing, just cool.
Oh, so you was fancy with it. Is a bar on here? Oh, they just said a bar for just drinks.
A bar for, see what I'm saying? So that's what we went there for, just drinks, right? Chilling, chopping it up, had a great time. People watching, people came in, looked at us and was like, oh man, y'all look like y'all having a great time. Like, it was cool. That's all I needed to get to know her further.
Right.
But again, I think like my man said, these new breeds, new generation, something different from the bottom, expecting the top.
They different. I mean, you know how when we was coming up, we was cool with the well. Like just give me the well bourbon or the well whiskey. These new shorties, they going straight to the bar. Let me get a double goose.
Girl, you know it's like
they want that look at us on that.
You drinking goose still? Right. You still drinking goose? Oh, whoa.
Let me get a double goose with cranberry. I'm like, girl, if you don't get you a vodka and cranberry, you might as well just say, let me get a vodka and cranberry and get that well. You're gonna be drinking the same, you're gonna feel the same way when you get home. Be getting that double goose and paying 30 for it at the club at that.
Yeah, I think it's just a perception, to be honest with you. And I think it's that plentiful myth that is going on. There's plenty of men to pick from. There's plenty of women to pick from. And it's not. Those men that all the women are looking for, there is 2% of those available type of men. So let me give y'all this, and this will kill any other further relationship conversation in the Black community.
Okay.
And courtesy of my boy Damon, we had this conversation the other day. Will and Jada, right?
Yeah.
And we're not even gonna get into it. Dogging him, killing him, right? Will is by far one of the most handsome Black men. He's on the. This ain't me. I ain't gay. He's the Time Man of the Year, GQ, sexiest man of the year. One of the most attractive Black men in the world.
Yeah.
Pause.
Yes.
I don't know if you saw his freestyle, but he said if he throw his money up, he'll kill a stripper. So he's got plenty of money. He's one of the wealthiest Black men in the world. My friend asked me, why is he sitting there taking that from Jada when he can have any woman in the world? My answer was, I don't know, but I tell you what chance does the average, above average Black man have if this is one of the top ones in the world and he's getting dogged out live in front of us all? Regular man has no chance. Hits this list.
Yeah, I mean, ladies,
they won't.
I think we need to reevaluate.
They won't.
I'm gonna leave it at that.
Will and treating them Lil Willie style.
Yeah, like she's not satisfied with what she has. It's like if you're not satisfied with that, what you just said, it's different. I mean, it's just like what do you want? If you don't want that, what you really out here for?
You know what else is ironic about this list too? When you ask a woman what she wants to eat, what's your answer?
Oh no,
whatever on that list though.
Whatever you want, but then you take it to a place on that list. Whatever you want, you know. I don't have no preference.
Oh,
I ain't picky, but pull up the Cheesecake Factory. Is this where you really want to go? Y'all know how it is.
We be like that sometimes, yes.
Be super.
Shout out to Aaron Pepper. Hey, he's watching us out in Denton. Shout out. But Pasadena. Okay. I see you, Pasadena.
Salute to SoCal and salute to Denton.
All right. Shamika said that list is stupid. What
Facts.
where are you supposed to take her?
Where you
I
trying
be
to go
so
to,
glad when
Shamika?
we get them type of comments from a woman.
Where you trying to go to, Shamika? Is what I want to know.
Put in the chat, y'all, where y'all went on your first date with your current relationship. And if you're not in a relationship, where was the first date from your previous? I'm interested to know if it falls within these 28 because I
So,
mean, I don't know whose first date don't end up in one of these first 28.
so I wanna
Mm.
interject a little bit too. So again, everything is relevant based on the individuals, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I believe this is only because I've been told this. I think I'm a great dater because I've been told when I take women out, it's an experience.
Okay.
And we might be going to one of them places on the list, but it's the vibe. It's the some of the best first dates that women have complimented me on been free.
Yeah.
And if it's just going to a movie, going to Cheesecake Factory, going to Discovery Green, walking around, just chopping it up. Everybody's out there, they selling stuff, everybody's having a good time. Like that's the experience, right? Another one went out on a date, went to an Asian place, and it, like I said, this is described to me. So she's like, I've never been to anything like that. So I think that is where you have to capture the dating process. What can you expose them to that's new? Because now everybody's been to the Cheesecake Factory, but guess what? There might be a restaurant on the exact same level,
Mm-hmm.
exact same price range, people haven't really been to before, but you'll go there.
But I challenge that because with a lot of the younger generation, they have done a lot of things on their own or with their girlfriends. So the problem is that there's a lot of places that they have been, a lot of experiences they have had. And so it's hard to introduce something new to them.
But sometimes I think to the point that was just made though, when you going out with your homegirls, that's one experience. But when you
Yeah.
going with somebody that you feeling of the opposite side, that can be a whole brand new experience.
Mm-hmm.
And again, he might introduce you to something new that you ain't even had on the menu. It might be a cocktail you ain't never had. I mean, there's all kinds of things you can make an experience and then just have
Yeah.
a dope conversation on top of that. It's like I done been to like fondue spots. That's not my favorite type of spots, but it's something new, it's something unique. I feel like when you do things that's unique, you can make it an experience, whether it's something that you really feel or not. I mean, I'm not trying to dip crab leg and cheese, but for the date, I would probably do it just because it's like, you know what? Let's just try this. Girls might be
Right.
this might be on some newness that we both gonna be feeling, and we gonna say, remember that day we had them crab legs with the cheese dip? It was fire.
I ain't never been
And
nowhere where I gotta dip everything I eat. That was new.
Exactly.
well, that's why I said, it goes back to ladies' perception. Even though you may have experienced that restaurant, even though you may have experienced something similar, event similar to it, give it a try. That's what first dates are all about. And if you are with the right person, if you are with that person that's for you, it doesn't matter where you are at. You gonna have a good time.
Yeah.
I
You're
always
gonna have
say,
a good time.
Les, that Groupon is your friend
Mm.
because you can find some good stuff on there to do as a date. Really, if you're trying to do a couples date, you can find
Yeah.
some stuff. The axe throwing, you can do the
I done
wine
done
and
the axe
painting.
throwing.
You know what I'm saying? All kinds of stuff that most black people just don't be doing. There's all
Hey,
kinds of
Jammer
stuff.
gave y'all some nuggets. Groupon, baby. Groupon.
Exactly.
I
Groupon.
think he's exactly right. You gotta take people to places that we don't go. We ain't throwing no axes. You going? He got me in here throwing axes. I don't know how to throw. I know you don't, but we finna learn.
Yeah.
gonna have a good time. This is something different. But that list is made from single women, right? Look at that comment right there. She went to Chili's and she married now. Yeah. Chili's get you married. Applebee's get you married. My brother say he went to Applebee's on some 3 for $20. Married.
Yeah, exactly.
Man.
Did you go,
exactly. You can find you a taco truck and make the best experience that.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh man, them
Facts.
tacos was fire over around the corner.
Facts.
Let's go over here again.
Those
you know
street tacos.
The street tacos. Nah, you know what I'm saying? I mean, 'cause everybody want to go somewhere new. Like, I don't
Yeah.
want to go to Jamaica and somebody's like, oh, there's a Church's Chicken around the corner. No, girl, let's get that jerk that's made in Jamaica. That we need to try something we ain't had. Like, that's what the experience is about with dating. And they over taught me, nah, I want to go to cheese. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. Like, well, what do you want to do then? Because if you want to do so many things on this list, you don't want to do nothing. Everybody on Love and Hip Hop be going to the bar. Half the scenes on Love and Hip Hop, they be at the bar drinking.
At the bar.
But I don't want to go to no bar. Get out of here with that. Get out of here.
Man. Jermon said, what's good, Free?
Hey, man. Yeah.
Okay, now we don't have to go on to this next topic. Now, Jamar knows that this next topic touched me deep down in the soul because we're in a group chat and I had a few words in response to this video. So before I say that, let's take a quick look at this video. It's very interesting, y'all.
Little young thug.
Viral, Jada, Lil Baby's baby mom. She went viral saying that she likes street guys who have guys who were in street shit, guys who carry guns, guys who are just in the street. She says that they're more fun. And you agreed with that?
Yeah, you said Jada said that.
Now let's talk about who we talking about now. Let's
fun
keep
to
it in
sleep with.
perspective.
Yeah, it's fun to sleep with Jada and another man that we just found out about. Like, come on,
Let's
that's fun now.
Perspective. Oh, this is interesting, y'all.
Jada did say that. Lil Baby's
that's
baby
true.
mom.
That's absolutely true. That's true. It's a thrill. That's all that is. It's like, I don't know, thrills is fun. You know, it's exciting.
Till you in jail.
Being with somebody that's calm and just, don't got nothing going on. It's like, let's do something exciting. Where the excitement is, like, let's get into a fight,
Yo, so your life being on the line every day,
No.
that's a thrill?
No.
Risking your life is a thrill?
No, I ain't gonna lie. It used to be, but it ain't gotta be every day. It could be here and there, but not every day. But
You like a guy to where every day his life is different. He's doing something. It's a different day every day.
I mean,
Like a guy working a job, the same, come home, go to work, no excitement. To you, you don't want that. You want something
ain't
to
nothing
where
wrong
every
with
day
that.
is different.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, but he gotta be fun. He gotta do something to make up for, like, not even make up for what he doing. He just gotta be fun. You can have a regular job. You just better be turned, like. But that's the excitement. That's the excitement, and that's what street dudes bring. They bring that excitement, like high speeds, running from the police.
Yo.
Shoot out, shooting with the nigga, like shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, driving fast, smoking. It's just like that life is fun.
Yeah.
It's fun.
And I can't blame you because you really come from that. It's not like you're a suburban girl and you trying to be that. That's you.
That's what I'm used to. So I don't know. When I be meet dudes and they don't be like that, it be like I be missing home. Like I need a hood nigga. Like that's what I mean. I be feeling like when I go to other places, it ain't nobody like. It's not nobody like St. Louis. Like I don't know. It's not.
Okay, y'all. Yeah. So before I say my piece, I'd like to know from a man's perspective, what were
Mm.
your initial? What's your initial thoughts with this recording? And shout out to Say Cheese who actually recorded shot this interview with Sexy Red.
I mean,
Okay.
I mean, first of all, it's hard to take anybody with a Kool Aid colored wig serious. So I don't think any man is looking at that like, that's the one for me right there. Then it's just an oxymoron to say, I want somebody who smokes and drives fast. Baby girl, that ain't gonna never happen. If you got somebody who's smoking in a car and they driving, they ain't gonna be driving fast. I can tell you that much right now. But just the loaded foolery that she was saying, basically saying, yeah, if you're doing good in life, you got your head on straight, you got a job, you ain't got no police report, you ain't never been to jail. That's okay, but where the fun at? Yeah, everything is fun until you go to jail. I used to have a partner used to always say, man, the hood ain't fun. I mean, you know, when you talk to dudes who really grow up in the projects, they trying to get up out of there. Like it's not fun. Like, what is exciting about potentially not being here tomorrow? That's somebody who doesn't have any self-awareness at all. And you probably don't have no kids. There's no way that she has children, you know what I'm saying, talking like that, or even a niece and nephew that you close to, because you wouldn't be, that's not information that you would even want to give to a child. Like say, oh yeah, like just live your life recklessly, live it how you want to. But that's why people like that end up getting hurt later in life, because she's looking for somebody who's going to abuse her. That she's looking for mental abuse, because ain't no dude going to hear that and say, oh man, she'll do anything for me. She'll do anything for me. That's a ride or die. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put these packs in her car, because I know homie looking for me, but they know where them packs is at. She gonna be the one caught. Like, it's just what she's saying is just, she's just setting herself up just for. Hopefully there's somebody. Hopefully there's an older woman in her ear that just has some type of self-awareness, some type of head on, to where they can just say, baby girl, let me sit you down. Like, this ain't it. This ain't for you. But I'm gonna let you go in though, Free. I'm gonna let you go in, man.
So I'm one of those guys, right? From the hood, like really from there. I went to school in a place called Dead End. So I mean, like, and it wasn't because it was a dead end street, right? So
yeah,
I went to school with the Sexy Reds. Like, I grew up in the neighborhood with the Sexy Reds. So I actually understand where she's coming from. My initial thought when I saw it, she hasn't been exposed to anything better. That is what's fun. On an earlier podcast, as you remember, we said you learn things through repetition from your environment.
Yeah.
Shootouts, drugs, selling yourself, running from the police. That's her environment on a repeated basis. The first time she got caught in it, she probably was scared. And the more you encounter something, the less you are sensitive to it. And then it became fun. It went from scared to, oh, this is what we do. This is fun. The other thing I thought about was what my brother said. She can't have no kids around, because you don't want to give this advice to any kids. We got to remember she's 25.
Yeah.
Fresh out the hood with new money. So that's all she knows. So once you get exposed to things that are fun, you will probably try to change what you think is fun. But for somebody like her at 25, if you still want that, that's just what your life gonna be. I've encountered that. I've been the quintessential nice guy. I ain't been fun enough in that regard. I ain't doing no shootouts. I ain't doing no, no mass gang fights and all that. But at the same time, I had to tell myself, you know what, that ain't the one I want no way. Because when I moved move on and I get successful, if I'm dragging her with me, when I get to the money, she gonna mess it up because she want to have fun. She want to go fast. Long money is slow money. It ain't fast.
So I agree with. Initially, my thought was, what the? But then when I listened to her on the back half of her response and how she equated that to home, that's when it hit me that
That's different.
she doesn't know anything else but that.
Yeah.
At the same time, I also believe that a lot of these women are growing up and letting social media raise them into being a quote unquote woman. And that if all they see are women having fun, then they think that your entire life is supposed to just be fun from the moment you wake up to the moment that you shut your eyes. And that is not realistic. Nowhere are you going to have fun every day, all day. It's just not going to happen. And I think you have to be realistic about it and understand that you need to think about your future. And that's what a lot of these young ladies are not doing. They are living for the here and now. I want fun every day, all day. But at what cost? Because when you get older, one, you're not going to be able to have fun every day, all day like you used to. And two, what are the chances that you are going to be able to find that someone to vibe with after you have experienced?
That's what you're gonna call experienced.
Yes.
I like that subtleness.
So I just hate that the message that this sends, but at the same time, I understand. And I always say, God gave you discernment. He gave you a good mind to use. You know right from wrong. You know that's not the right way to live. You know that. I mean, you getting chased by the police.
And my guy said she dressed with the Kool Aid hair. She looked like a whole peppermint out there. Where's Waldo? We don't want to find her.
That's some of the best places to have a good time. Sometimes though, depending on which hole in the wall it is.
Hey,
that old lady serving them drinks get you together, boy.
You be in there sleep.
Facts. Facts, being there asleep. You know. But I do agree with you though, Free, man. I mean, you know, being in an environment, her lens is completely different than someone who does not come from that environment. But she's also been exposed. She's been exposed to some white suits, to some black suits. She's been exposed to some folks, some execs at record labels. So it's not like she hasn't seen professionals. You know what I'm saying? And I think she feels that this little money that she's getting now is going to take her to places where she can continue to have that fun, like Les said. But that's not living in reality, because at the end of the day, if you ain't investing some of that, if you don't have something that's tangible where you can say, this is going to make me money when I wake up, that's what I'm concerned for with somebody like that, is that particular piece.
Okay. I'm going to raise you a point there, because remember, I'm a finance guy, right? I'm all for capitalism. I'm all for making money off your own ideas and all that. But Les, I got to ask you, because she asked, invested some money. She's got a little idea, right? But Lessa, you wear lip gloss?
Of course.
Would you wear booty hole brown flavor? Coochie pink?
Absolutely not.
So she's doing what he said, but it's still bad advice. She's
It has a short shelf life.
You can't. What they say, you can take the girl out the hood, but you can't take the hood out the girl. So she out of the hood around New York executives with a lot of money that can make money for her, but she got a lip gloss flavor for him, booty hole brown.
That's what I'm saying. And them Jenners have the same thing, but it ain't called no booty hole.
Come on, bro.
You know, it ain't called that. So what she's doing just has a short shelf life. I mean,
I don't know, y'all, if it's a short shelf life. I mean, apparently there's a market for it.
well, I'm not saying there's not a market for it today. I'm just saying 3 years from now, what's that market going to be for? Is she going to be up there with Skims?
She'll have to pivot. She will have to pivot.
Exactly. She's going to have to pivot, but she also going to have to grow up. That's also called growing up. She's going to have to pivot the whole outlook on it.
Maturing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because at the same
her brand's going to have to mature, just like her product going to have to mature.
Guess who from the same places, if not worse, but killing it. I told y'all where I was from. Megan from there.
That's true. That's true.
Cardi B from the slums.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And is she getting out there saying some of the same thing that Sexy Red is? Yes. But she knows how to brand it. She knows how to be vulgar what everybody wanted. Because she's speaking to people's inhibitions, stuff they're trying to hide from people. Mm-hmm. Sexy Red is speaking for things that don't nobody want. I don't want my woman coming up to me talking about my coochie pink, my booty hole brown. But you know what? I do want, I want some WAP. So it's all about presentation.
Yeah.
Presentation.
Facts. Yeah.
I think we did enough talking about the lip gloss. It
ain't popping.
Basically, what we're saying
on to
the lip gloss is not a sponsor.
It is not sponsored by the show. Speaking of, if you would like to support the podcast, because we're planning a live in-person show before the end of the year. If you would like to support our efforts, please do so. We got the Cash App down there at the bottom. Or you can even buy yourself some champion gear, and some of the proceeds will go towards the podcast so we can get it lit. We can sit there and we can interact with you guys live and in person. Super excited about what we got coming. So, and also, if you have not hit that like button, please do so and share this with your friends. We're getting ready to get into the main topic tonight. Y'all, it's been like the battle of the sexes, and I had a dilemma about whether or not I wanted to do this because there is already enough separation between the male and the female. But I thought it would be good discussion in hopes that the conclusion will bring us together. So I did a poll on Instagram, and I asked the question, who is most at fault for failed relationships, men or women? And the response that I got on Instagram was 60% men were responsible and 40% women were responsible. And here
50-50 than I thought.
And on the chat here, I can't see. I can't grasp it. We also have the poll. So if you don't mind, if you haven't already, go ahead, submit your votes so we can see what you guys are thinking as far as who is most at fault for failed relationships. Now, we all know that divorces end in, what is it, 60%? Oh no, 50% of all
Yep.
marriages end in divorces. Another fact that, and if I can find my stats, that I thought was really interesting based off on a couple Pew reports, is that 70% of couples break up within the first year of dating, and that after living together for only 2 years, there's a 50% chance that a couple will break up or get married. About 60% of couples who break up are likely to get back together again. That truly surprised me. And then lastly, women, this is a sad statistic for us, but a woman's standard of living usually drops by about 73%
Man.
when they leave the relationship. Those are some stats that I thought were very interesting. I'll definitely put in the link where I got the stats from. So again, I'm always a person who is all about informed decisions and that you need to read up on for yourself. But I thought those stats were very interesting. And I know last week we discussed some of the main reasons why men divorce and why they file for divorce. And it's interesting that we have that 70% of couples break up within the first year of dating. So before we dive deep in, Jammer, J Camp, who's most at fault, man or woman?
That old blame pie, you know. It really depends on the dynamic of that relationship. The reason why I say that,
man or woman.
So we got to choose.
Women.
Okay.
Yeah, you got to choose, man or woman.
Say woman. Women.
Okay. And Free?
Women.
Okay. Y'all drop in the chat if you haven't voted yet where you think you stand. Is it the man? Is it the woman that is mostly at fault for failed relationships? Jammer, I know I interrupted you. Finish your thought process. Expand upon your reasoning for your answer.
I'll say it depends on the dynamic, because some people get into relationships and don't really have that blueprint for success. Like you might have one partner who's working, one partner who ain't. And you might have the partner who's working, they might be like, okay, it's been like 2 years. I'm gonna need you to do something. Like if you ain't gonna cook and I'm out here slaving, I at least need a hot meal when I come home. Like I come home, been working all day, and you ain't got no food on the table. Like, I got partners that have left a wife over stuff like that. It's not just a meal; it's more so that whole thoughtfulness. Like, oh, so you gonna freeload? You thought it was gonna be that type of situation. Now, when I said I'll hold it down, that meant like I'm giving you time to find what you really want to do, whatever makes you peaceful in that working situation. That's why I say it depends on the dynamic. Now, some people just go in, and when they cohabitate, things just automatically change.
It just ain't what it is.
It ain't what it is. Oh, when we was dating, things a little bit better, but now that we live together, whoo, boy, I didn't know that you just be leaving hair in the sink all the time, or I didn't realize that, all your drawers is in my drawers. You know what I'm saying? So it's a whole lot of things that that people just run into off top when they cohabitate. But I would say a lot of times, I feel like most men are extremely flexible when it comes to the little things. Like, I'm like, okay, you can have more of the closet. I'll kind of stick my stuff over here in this little corner. You know what I'm saying? But then it's like, so what else you gonna give up to where I can be a little bit more comfortable in this situation? It's usually no flexibility when it comes from the woman's side. Typically, it's not. And you can poll any man and they'll tell you that. Like there a lot of times there's not like much give and take when it comes to women. I'm not saying like just men are absolved from any fault in a relationship. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying that when it comes to like the little things, most men are bothered by the little things in a relationship. And that's when they're like, you know what? I'm good. You don't understand. You get mad at me because I'm telling you what's going on. I'm telling you, you ask me, well, how come you ain't talking today? Because I just told you, like, I then gave up everything. And I'm sleeping on the edge of the bed. You pull the covers off me at night. Like, I'm over here cold. I can't even get a corner of the cover. It's the little things, man. I'm telling you. It's the little things. It really is. We had a king size bed. Now you want to downsize to a queen. You know what I'm saying? You making it just uncomfortable for me to sleep right now.
I want you close to me.
Sean said not liking it at all. They don't like the question at all. Just another distraction from real issues in the community.
Well, relationship issues are real issues in the community to me.
That's absolutely fair.
She just said the stats, and we just talked about the sexy reds of the world who obviously came from them type of homes where there was no
structure, nothing.
There was no structure at all. And the reason why we don't have structure is because men and women can't agree half the time on what we need to do to move the community forward. So I think these are real conversations that we have to have in order to move our community forward. It starts with us.
How are we gonna have that conversation? We can't agree on where to go to eat on the first day. I can't take you.
I was waiting for it. I was waiting for it.
We gotta talk about how we gonna raise these kids, and I can't even take you to the Cheesecake Factory. I think that, yeah.
Oh, Shamika said, as a woman, I say women. Okay. She said, we tend to ignore the red flags and fall in love with potential instead of what's in front of us.
Okay, so I gotta jump in on it.
Come on, Free, what you got for us?
That's my sister, cuz. And I understand what she's saying. I really truly understand what she's saying. But you have to go deeper than just that. So I was in a situation many moons ago. I was in college, and with one of my homeboys, he goes in a room with his lady, right? I'm left in the room with another young lady, right? We just get to chopping it up. I'm young, so I'm trying to do what my partner's doing with his girl, right?
You trying to experience it.
Making it do what it do.
It didn't go there. We ended up having a great conversation, right? You know what she told me about potential? She told me her dad, who was in the streets, told her, and she follows this, I don't blank with potential blanks because I could be talking to somebody that already has it. And I told her, I said, you know what the problem with that is? The guy that already has it, you are expendable to him. Once you become uninterested, I'm dropping you and going to get another finer, younger, more exciting clone of you. But the guy that had potential that you skipped over went on and became Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos,
I was just about to say that.
Anybody, right? But the potential you overlooked for the guy that had it right now, and the type of guy that had it right now, hence the sexy red conversation, he's going to lose that at some point. So that boring guy with the millions, I'll be him gladly without a sexy red, right? So I'm going to say women are to blame because they are the ones most likely thinking there are more options out there. I'm going to shut up after this. Jay, out of 100% of things that you want in a woman, hold on. Let me ask Lessa first because it's more important for her. Lessa, out of 100% of things that you want in a man,
Yes.
would you take 80%?
And this is a straight up woman's answer. It depends on if the 80% includes my priorities.
Okay, I'll even take that. Jay, out of 100% of things that you want in a woman, would you take 80%?
I would take the 80.
And we're done. A man will take a woman at 80%, and a woman won't take a man at 80%. She'd rather take her chances finding the other 20% that she's not going to find. To the point, the small things, 20%, that's little. I'll take
Very
that.
minimum.
So if we take that stat even lower, Lessa, if you're a straight A student, you on the dean's list, right?
Yes.
You don't do no studying. You have a 70% chance at passing and a 30% chance at, no, I'm sorry, other way around. 70% chance of failing, 30% chance of passing without studying.
Without studying.
Would you take that chance?
See, I'm not a gambling type person, so yeah, no.
All right. That is the stat for divorce. Why today are people going into something that 70% of the time ends in divorce? They ain't do no homework, which is why I put that in there, because they ain't going to counseling, because the stat will be better. So you taking a chance. I'm just gonna marry him. Let's go. 70% of the time fail. But people are still taking that chance. And then you said the stat, what was the stat for women filing versus men?
And I was getting ready to make that comment is that 80% of divorces are filed by women. So you could turn that around and say, because they're filing for divorce, that 80% of the time it's the men's fault.
I understand that, but at the same time, we got to put in that options. Because Sexy Red want a man that's fun. She hooked up with the boring guy. Oh, you ain't fun enough. I got to go in a year. But he also said, Jay just said, I'll take the 80. We cool. We'll chill with it. So it ain't us.
Yeah.
We don't take the 80. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't.
I mean, there's only a few needs that need to be fulfilled. I mean, again, you know, so that 80 is like
that
hey,
need.
If I can get the 80, we in there. We smooth then. We can make this work. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? I always wondered, and I never asked, do men have a list like women do? Like, I want my significant other to be tall and chocolate.
I mean, it's a list, but it's flexible though. Like, I mean, we have the most flexible list, period. Like, I mean, we have a couple of things on there, but it's like, you know what? If I see her, I'm feeling her. I'm like, you know what? That really ain't what I was looking for at first. But after that conversation, though, I gotta erase this off the list.
Right. What Wayne said, had a conversation with a female dragon, fire conversation.
Yeah.
I cannot.
Men are down. We keep the white out next to our list because we cool with just erasing some of it. Women, no, it's y'all use magic marker.
Yeah, so women's lists are too rigid.
Facts.
So what
Like,
you're
let's just
saying,
say tall, dark, and handsome. Like it's you just
Straight out of
eliminated all kinds of guys under 6 feet. Have just been all the way eliminated.
and it's funny you say that because I learned that the hard way, but I digress. um, so what it sounds like you're saying is that you guys believe that women are at fault for most of the time because they aren't flexible, and
Right.
that
The list that y'all
what
had.
they're if
budge.
anything occurs where things don't line up with their according to their list, they're out. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah,
I think, yeah, y'all done.
yeah. So let's go back to our 80-20, right?
Yeah.
You want blue black. You want Akon, but you get Jeezy 80% of their stage. You ain't gonna take it.
Yeah,
But we will as a man.
I'm cool with a B.
I want a blue black. I want a Naomi Campbell.
Yeah, but I was not a straight A student. I'm good with a B.
Hey, B's.
I'm good.
We got C-level CEOs. So I mean, hey.
If not at least in the high 90% on y'all's list, if a lot of them boxes aren't checked, you're done. It's like, nah, gotta move on to him. You know, then you end up being with somebody who's been delivered.
I ain't gonna lie. Yeah. There was like some things that was like non-negotiables, and then I quickly figured out that no, they are negotiable.
Yeah, absolutely. Did you hear what JJ said? He was like, if I don't check all them boxes, and what did you scoff at when I said, if I don't check your boxes, let me go. Go fill out another application. So it ain't just me.
Yeah, you know, because I'm not gonna check every box. I would tell somebody off top, like,
you already know.
You know, it is what it is.
Jermon said, "Fun is fun until it's not."
Facts.
Right.
It's fun running from the police, but when you get caught,
right, when you holding up that sign at the end of the day, taking that photo, that's when it ain't fun. No.
St. Louis 172-695.
Exactly. That's when it ain't fun.
Oh man, y'all messed tonight. I can't. Let me know in the chat, y'all, if y'all think that women are more at fault because they are not as flexible, or maybe they're not most at fault, but you agree with that women are not very flexible. I wanted, before we end, I know we're slightly over. We had a very long conversation about the list. But I think it's very important that we at least end with that, regardless of who we say is more at fault, that with any failed relationship, what is most important is personal growth, and that you learn from that experience.
That's the key.
And understand that playing the blame game is not a win-win situation. Nobody wins, honestly. And that I think we need to hold each other more so accountable, make it a two-way conversation, and that the only way we are going to come together at this table, battle of the sexes, is that if we acknowledge that what one person did does not equate to more than what someone else did. That we are both equally at fault. Doesn't matter the quantity, but we are equally at fault. Just like the Bible says, a sin is a sin. Doesn't matter what you did. If you sinned, you sinned. I don't know. Free, give me your comments. Last few comments before your free game of the week. What are your thought processes? What is it that you're hoping that someone will gain from this conversation?
So this is going to be the free game.
Okay.
You mentioned accountability. That is the first thing. Your learning curve should get shorter and shorter with every experience of the same kind that you experience. So if you are in a relationship and it failed because you didn't think about her enough, your next one, you need to think about her more. If that one fails because of whatever the reason is, if it's your fault in your next relationship, or even if you stay in that one, grow and fix that one. The key word here is accountability, because you cannot fix anything without first admitting your part in it. So accountability is the key. And if you look at some of the memes and some of the things that are out there on the internet right now, when it comes to women, men are speaking in droves about them not having any accountability. So accountability goes hand in hand with integrity for me. Be accountable and walk in integrity.
Okay.
Free
Ladies,
game.
y'all heard it here. Gentlemen, y'all heard it here. Free game of the week. And before we shut down to Jammer, I first want to thank you for coming on the show. I know I asked y'all at the last minute. I appreciate you joining us again. If you haven't checked out Fresh Out Hip Hop, you are definitely missing out. It is very entertaining and educational from a hip hop standpoint. Facts with the history too.
Yeah,
But definitely check them out. Actually, they're going to be going on in a few minutes. But make sure you check them out. Fresh Out.
All right, what you got, J Camp?
Yeah, man. Again, Les, I appreciate you for having me, man. This was fun. I definitely got to chop it up again. I mean,
yes,
Free had me dying. You know what I'm saying? Just bless y'all with the accountability jewels, which is that's again, that's all we ask for. Just hold yourself accountable. You know what I'm saying? Because we always tend to have to own up to our mistakes. Men have to. Like, you don't have to put a gun to our head. We gotta own it. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all will lock the door. We can't even get in. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, I'm sorry. Damn. You know what a brother got to do? You know what I'm saying? But again, accountability. That's all we ask for. Let's keep doing your thing. Free. Pleasure, brother, man. You killed it tonight, man. So I appreciate what y'all doing, man. Definitely appreciate you having me for sure.
Thank you. Again, hit that like button. Show us some love up in the club. And I will definitely see y'all next week. And much love to you all. We'll see y'all later.
Peace.